me one. There's spots open, not many, but are we off?
We had a sound problem. It's back now.
Okay, it's back now. How long has the sound been off?
Long enough for somebody to text me.
Yeah. So I don't know what to. Do you want me to start over? Oh my gosh, I have to start over? All right. 3, 2, 1. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Quantum Catechesis. I'm Father Joe Krupp, and you are not. And here we are in the lovely temple of the Lord, that is Holy Family Catholic Church, Church of the Holy Family, families that are churched but not holy, holy families that aren't churches. There's all kinds of names here. And as I pointed out earlier, my lovely research assistant, John, is here.
Hi.
And John says hi. He has a gun. He's waving it around. And now I'm talking to myself. No? Okay. So anyway, I'm fired up to be here, guys, and it's going to be a great day. Father Lay clearly brought some Fiji with him because Dad pointed this out. Last week it was 21 degrees on this day. Today it's 64. Is that right? 64. I'm a fat man. Once you hit 65, it's hot. That's my thing. And I have not slept under my covers in a week because it's been so warm. And anyway, why are we talking about this? So here's the thing. Lots of cool stuff at the beginning. First of all, next Monday. So that's Monday, November 30th, I think, the year of our Lord 2020. I'm going to be on Dr. Ray's show. He's coming to Ann Arbor. I'm actually going to go to Ann Arbor. Can you believe that? I'm going to Garandi, right? Which is hard to say. He's adopted 836 kids. He's a clinical psychiatrist, a motivational speaker, and honestly, just a ridiculously fun and brilliant man. I had a hoot meeting him and hanging out with him on the cruise. It was my first cruise. And anyway, la, la, la. So he has a nationwide show. He's on 400 and some radio stations. My dad walked in. He's on 400 and some radio stations. He's on XM. And he's going to do a show with a virtual audience. And I'll be on it. I'll be on the shift that's like 4 to 6 p.m. on Monday, November 30th. So how do you go? You go to www.drray, right? Dr. Ray, drray.com/virtual. Okay, so do that, and then you can sign up. And if you want to be a virtual audience member, while I'm on, I'll be on between 4 and 6, assuming my probation officer is still good with it. So that's one thing. Next week, we're only having one show, and it's going to be on Wednesday, right? But on that show will be Coach Mark D'Antonio from Michigan State University. Coach D'Antonio from Michigan State University will be here to talk to us about his faith, his family, everything but football. Right? And I'm really geeked out about this. Again, I have been blessed to call him a friend for many years, and I dig this dude. And maybe he could bring his Big Ten championship rings so our U of M fans can know what they look like. Yeah. The other thing I'm really excited to tell you, although it's funny, it just struck me, I don't know how to tell you much. I don't know how to help people donate. But here's the key. So you see this? In fact, can I get a beard flick? Or no? Ready?
Yeah.
This thing is what, 13 months old? Yeah, and these two are older. I'm just kidding. But anyway, here's the deal, guys. I said I'm not shaving it till the church is done, but I've become quite a fan of this thing. And so now, instead of me just shaving it when the church is done, we're going to put it in your hands. And this is obviously not just a chance for you to exercise some power over whether I keep the beard or not, but it's a chance for us, frankly, to raise some money for this church because we need it, right? It turns out when we tore down all those abandoned houses, we were really dependent on the drugs we were making there. Yeah. Was that out loud? Yeah, we were really dependent on the food we were growing there. Something, I don't know. But anyway, so we're starting today, the Shave It or Save It campaign. So there will be a way for you somehow, this is what I don't know.
It's on the screen right now.
Oh, it's on the screen right now. You click it, and what? I don't know.
Well, we'll go through how they can.
We'll go through how you can do this, and that's important to do because I have no idea. But the end result is this. You get to decide with cash, because we're Catholics, right? We could do it as a charity, but it would be stupid. We're going to let you decide. So you can either give money to Save It, in which case I keep it until Easter. Isn't that crazy? Or Shave It, in which point, gone. Now, a bunch of you have said, well, what about trimming? Trimming would go under Save It, I guess, in the sense that they'll like clean it up a bit. Right? I don't know. But these are things we haven't thought through. Here's what we thought of. We need money. And we need a decision on this beard. And it might not have been that order. I don't know.
But it's going to cost money.
It's going to cost you to find out. I'm being so crass about this. And usually, like, when we talk about money, I get so awkward, right? I see all these Catholic personalities that are just like, give me money. And I'm like, how do you do that? I want to cry. But at this, you get a valuable thing in exchange. Either you get to see the moneymaker in all its glory, or we cloak the moneymaker somewhat so that it's a little bit easier for the ladies. What was it? I can't tell how many of you have said stuff like, the beard makes you look old. You need to understand, I don't care, right? This is not something God made for beauty. This is practical. This is a means for me to see, smell, and eat, and kind of hear. So if your motivation is, I like how you look without it, okay, but if you say you look old, you got to remember, I don't care. I'm not trying to, nobody's coming home to this.
There's instructions on your
So now there's instructions on the screen. Oh, my screen?
On your sheet.
Okay,
So you
so
walk
here's
me
how
through.
it goes, you beautiful people. First step, are you ready? Are they ready? I have no idea. Are there even people watching right now?
Yes.
That would be hilarious if seriously Carrie's like, Joe, we haven't started the show. I don't know what you've been doing. I thought you were practicing. Okay, so go to, I think my beard should give this talk. Go to www.hfgb. Ugh, sorry, that's so hard. That's Holy Family Grand Blank. H as in hell.
Holy Family Grand Blank.
H as in holy, F as in family. This is so crazy how it works out. G as in grand, and B as in blank. It's the Lord. .org. Org as in organization. Okay? As in we're trying to raise money for the organ. I don't know. That wasn't even clever. I thought it was clever, but then okay. So go to www. I should just say World Wide Web. It's less syllables. Have you ever thought about this?
No.
Right? We say www, which is 9 syllables, or you can say World Wide Web, which is 3. It's one of those with an acronym. Okay, we're done talking about this. I find that stuff fascinating.
Yes.
Right? It's like going to the microwave and pushing 100. No, just push 60. It saves you a button. But no one listens to me.
I got you.
What are we talking about? Do you remember?
Push popcorn and then stop it.
Mine never works for that. Bill, the priest I live with,
Father Bill Wager.
Father Bill Wager, said just push popcorn. But when I do, the popcorn's never done.
Right?
Yeah.
I got you.
So I push 5 minutes, and then I just push stop when the poppies stop.
Yep.
When the poppies stop the popping. So what do? You go to www.hfgb.org. Hear me out. This is long. Sorry. Click donate. Okay? Enter your donation amount. It has to be $20 million or greater. That way, really, we only need one of you to do it.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. I'm a genius with this stuff. Okay, so go to www.hfgb.org, click donate, enter how much you're donating. Wow, this is convoluted. We don't have an easier way? Okay. Enter how much you're donating, click on give one time, and then under fund, there's a thing called fund. Choose shave the beard or save the beard, and then return or complete or whatever. That's a lot.
Well,
I wish we could just do like shave it.
Well, they'll hear it.
Save it.
They'll hear it so many times in the next 3 weeks. I bet they'll be.
Yeah, I'm gonna beat this like a rented mule. I'll be honest. I'm gonna strap a saddle on this and ride it until actually they'll probably be like, what can we donate to get you to stop talking about it? So www.hfgb.org, click donate, type how much you want to donate, and then click give one time, and then click fund, and then click shave the beard or save the beard, and then push return, right? Or enter. Or here's another option. You can, according to this, stuff a large amount of unmarked non-sequential bills into a gym bag with a note that you staple to the gym bag and then throw it out the window. No, because someone else might get it. Oh, just put for Father Joe. No one would take it. Will we take cash transactions? Yes. But know this, they probably won't be counted. I'll just put them in my pocket. And then I'll be like, where did I get this money? And then it'll go into a general fund. People do this to me all the time. And I tell them, Father, can you deliver this to the church? This is my line. Ready? There's a 40% chance I'll succeed. And I can't tell you how many people are like, okay, here. One time, this was a true story, at St. Mark, and I felt so bad about this. They got a call from someone who said they gave me a check 6 months ago for the church. And I'm like, oh no. Oh no. And it was funny because the person who called said, Father Joe said I shouldn't give it to him, that he'll lose it. So, I wrote a check to cover it because I felt terrible. But then here's the funny part. When I bought my new car, I'm cleaning the old one. Yep, I found it. Don't give me money, except for me. Give me money for me, and then there's a smaller chance I'll lose it because there's less steps. But if you're like, take this money, hold it in your head, and then next time you're at spot A, deliver it, good luck.
What they could do,
What they could do,
if they felt the need to hand it to you,
yeah.
make sure it's in an envelope with instructions on it. You're good at that.
Yeah, I'm great at following orders. Holy crap, am I a German or what? Yeah, if you give me an envelope that says, take this to the parish office at Holy Family, it'll happen. That's a great point. It really will. I'm good at that. I would have been the next. Oh, I almost said something. I almost said something. It wasn't funny at all. So, if you have an opinion on whether I should keep this or get rid of it, then do you know I can actually pull this when it's wet up to my forehead? Then you go to www.hfgb.org. Click donate. Put in how much you're going to donate. Click give one time. Then go to the word fund and pick shave the beard or save the beard and then finish. And then on December 11th, right? Is that right? Where's it at?
Yeah.
During December 11th, they're going to tell me, because they won't tell me, which is really, I'm going to say it's mean. I think it's mean. I'm not sure. But on December 11th, they're going to reveal to me whether I'm keeping it or they're going to blast out the, what do you call them, right? Will we shave it right there?
Yes.
Holy cow. I always have some facial hair.
Well, maybe you'll be spared a shadow, 5 o'clock shadow.
Yeah.
It doesn't say how much to
That's
shave.
true. Well, here's the key. I carried this thing all through the summer, and it was savage hot. Now, in the winter, I might shave it. I don't know. I honestly don't have an opinion. On one level, I'd like it gone because it's a lot of work. On another level, I like it. It's weird, and it makes me happy. So I don't know. You people decide. Well, I guess that's the point.
That's right.
And honestly, all this money is going to go here, right? That's what's going on. Like some of it, you can't see, but behind you is a large, beautiful set of organ pipes that we want to move to the front of the church. We can't do any fundraisers for it until we finish paying off this, but it's our dream to get those in the church, and it's going to be expensive. It's our dream to fix the parking lot, all this kind of stuff. We're just getting after it, and this is a way, right? So if you give to shave it, and we save it, we still get their money. And I'm not sorry about that.
I just pledged, took 5 minutes.
Okay, Holy John, I almost called you Holy Deacon John. My lovely research assistant just showed me it is much easier than I'm thinking. So thank you to my lovely research assistant.
Follow your instructions.
Follow your instructions.
Your instructions.
Your instructions.
Father Joe's instructions.
Father Joe should follow your instructions.
I gotta go.
Now he's leaving. Okay, so that's some of the stuff going on. I think I've covered everything, and we can just kind of get into it, can't we? Yeah? Okay, so while Carrie is starting to gather your questions, I did actually get a number of people saying something to me over the last week that I really want to talk about. And while I'm doing that, please submit your questions, okay? And we're all feeling screwed up as far as I can tell. That's what's happening. And I don't know if this is just Michigan because they locked us down again, or if this is nationwide. I would assume it's a lot of both. We just went through an election where 2 political parties that don't give a rip about us convinced us to murder each other in their name. And the virus thing doesn't appear to be going away. And you've got people who want you to wrap yourself in cellophane and hide in the basement so you don't get the virus. And you've got people who want to prance into crowds and because it's all stupid and get everybody, Our whole life are people wanting us to be one extreme or the other. And I mean this, your brain is just tired, and mine is too. I don't ever recall being this mentally tired in my life. And to be honest, a lot of my life is pretty dramatic, right? Every day I hear something awful or something beautiful. That's a norm. So I'm feeling it. I can't imagine what you are. And I say all this to tell you you're not alone. And I know, there are I don't know. I find myself so saddened by the state of Catholic media. There was just before I got here, and you know what? Again, just by saying this, I'm going to get murdered by the people. I almost said the crazies. And then I went and said it. That's where, okay. So there's a prominent Catholic speaker who put out, he sells books for Jesus theoretically, and he did this whole thing about you should have everyone over to your house for Thanksgiving. And it was this whole kind of stick it to the man, blah, blah, blah. And then a bishop replied, and guys, just stay out of that crap. That's ego. That's people who need to shock and outrage. And just don't, right? It feels ironic. I'm announcing a fundraiser. Well, I'm telling you, these people, if they have a subscription, we don't have a subscription service. Anyone can watch this. And if you can't afford, you better not give. Oh my gosh, okay? I hope I don't need to say that. But the people who make their living by getting you to click, and by getting you to subscribe, and by getting you to buy their stuff, they have to keep upping the ante to keep your attention. And I'm asking you, don't feed those dogs. Don't. And I can't think of one of these prominent shock jock, I'm more traditional than Jesus. I can't imagine that it's going to end well. And I can give you example after example after example in my life of Catholic lay leaders and priests who achieve a certain level of fame and then fall apart very publicly. I remember Father Krupp. I remember Father Bertolucci. I remember, I could do this all day. And I'm going to be honest, and I hope you hear me. I've had offers, right, to abandon parish ministry and spend my whole life traveling around, and there's nothing good that I've ever seen come of that. I need to be bound to a family and let this family be bound to me. If I'm a priest, then I am made to offer the sacrifice. In the moment that takes second place in my life, I put my soul in jeopardy. I open myself up to attack. And if I ever set this up so that I'm financially, our parish, I don't make money, oh my gosh, our parish is financially dependent on it, then I'm going to start doing things to make sure we get the money. Is this making sense?
Yes.
And I have beautiful people in my life who make sure we don't fall into that. It's too easy. Okay? So pardon me for going off, but my point is actually simple. Ignore, turn off, and don't support the people who want you afraid and angry. And I mean it. They are messing up our heads, and they don't care. They might think they care. But I have had hard discussions with some of these very prominent people, and they won't listen because there's nobody in their life to tell them they're wrong. There's nobody in their life, it seems, to say, you need to stop. And they set themselves up in a position where they are financially dependent on their ministry, and so they keep jacking things up to keep you and I hooked. And then we end up perpetually terrified and perpetually angry, and we pretend it's righteous. And I'm telling you, they're going to be judged, and it's going to be awful because they're breaking the commandment. They're using God's name in vain. Well, Father, he seems like a great guy. I don't care. I'll bet he is. I bet he loves his wife and takes care of his kids. I'll bet you he loves his God, but he has put himself in a position where he needs you, angry and afraid, to keep getting income. And I'm not speaking about one. I'm speaking about 10 different quote-unquote leaders right now. Go look at their timelines. Do they even talk about Jesus? Look. Right? It's outrage. It's indignation. It's tribalism. It's nuts. So that's step one for you and I. If every day we inject ourselves with a ton of sugar, we will get diabetes. And if every day we're injecting our brain with a ton of stimuli, we're going to get nuts. We're not made for this, guys. Our brains weren't designed for it. So I'm asking us, first step, turn off the noise. I try to speak the truth to you. I try to be loving and fun and talk about, I don't know, Jesus. He's kind of a big deal. I don't know if you heard of him. That's me trying to offer you a gift. And I'm offering myself a gift. Okay? This is I love you. I thank Jesus for you. I mean it. I was just thinking today, I told Carrie, excuse me. I can't say Carrie's name. I told Carrie this morning, I said, Carrie, my brain is so tired, I just want to cry. And when I started coming to the show, I'm like so fired up because I love this. I do. Our little digital community. Yay. All right. So the second step is you and I keep speaking the truth to what we feel. Right? St. John Paul II said, take what you feel to the classroom of your mind. Discipline it, educate it. And I try with varying levels of success. I'm a very emotional person, so that's a good hard fight for me, but a worthy one, right? It's a worthy fight. You and I take what we feel to the classroom of our minds. And we need to do that a lot. And we need to be gentle with ourselves, right? Understand there's nothing wrong with how we feel. It's what we do with it. Right? The third thing is sacrifice. I can't say sacrifice. There's two words I'm going to hit you with that I can't say enough. One of them, sacrifice. Sacrificing in some way. It doesn't have to be monster. It can be tiny. I just talked to someone actually who hates doing dishes, but no one in their family knows. This is so cool. Why? Because they do them every night. Why do they do them every night? Because they hate doing dishes. And it's their little inside joke with God, right? God sees this gal washing dishes, and he knows she hates it, but her family doesn't. What a beautiful gift. They all think she loves it. Isn't that cool? Sacrifice. That's a sacrifice. The second word is gratitude. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. You and I are not grateful enough. Right? Like I look at these guys back here in the church, and I did this for 5 summers, this kind of work. And I know what it's like when you get up. And in fact, just this morning, I walked in to say hello, and they're already going to war at 7 a.m. And I remember my boss picking me up in the truck at 5, and I could barely move, right? You know how when you're early in the morning, and these cats are going to war, and they're giving it their all, and they're using their beautiful hands and their beautiful minds to glorify God by building something. And I got to say one of the guys today, we're going to marry people in here. We're going to baptize babies in here. We're going to lay people to rest in here because of you. And my heart is filled with gratitude for them. And honestly, that's important. I know I need to be aware. As humans, our brain is not programmed to remember joy. It's programmed to remember pain. So we have to make the effort to remember joy, to remember goodness, to remember generators. Isn't that funny? See, I'm grateful for generators. Is that a generator?
It sounds like an air compressor.
Oh, it's an air compressor. Sure. Hey, it stopped.
Yeah, he turned it off.
Oh, who turned it off?
Rick did. It just came on
Rick,
automatically.
can I get Rick on here?
Oh, that would be.
Oh my gosh, he's gonna kill me. Hey Rick, would you be willing to be on camera for a live audience? No? Okay. Well, just know this. Rick's the guy, when you come pray in this beautiful place, if you see anything made of wood and think, holy crap, that's gorgeous, it's Rick. He puts everything into this job, this task. I think of St. Joseph. When I think, I do.
Yes.
Right? A guy who you look at and you think, he could take me in a fight. And you also know you never would. Just a beautiful guy. So,
Quality Wood Products.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Can I say the company name?
Too late, Mary said it.
Can I say it? Quality Wood Products. Thank you, brother. Quality Wood Products. That's the name of the company. And if you're a priest, or if you hear your priest is thinking of something, and you are in the Midwest, You are insane if you don't call them. I'm serious. It's like, hey, Rick, here's a muddled mess of a dream of mine. Oh, here's what it'll look like, Father. Holy crap. I could go on and on.
Yeah.
We have so much in our lives to be grateful for, but we got to work for it. So those are my tips, right? Right away to start off our happy day. One, turn off the noise. It's addicting and it's killing us. Turn off the angry, the fear mongers, the subscription services that are all dependent on making sure that you are in a constant state of indignation. And they'll tell you how bishops need to repent, and they do. They'll tell you how politicians need to repent, and they do. And they're going to tell you, but you know what they won't tell you is about Jesus' love. They'll talk about reverence and never about joy. I could go on and on and on. Turn it off. It's killing you. Okay? And I speak from experience. The second thing we do is we take what we feel to the classroom of our mind. We recognize that what we feel right now is normal. There's nothing wrong with, well, there might be a ton wrong with you. But we can't help what we feel. So we take what we feel to the classroom of our mind and we discipline it and we educate it. And then we choose to focus on two things. Okay? Two things. And of course, sacrifice and gratitude. Sacrifice for someone and show gratitude. Express gratitude. Think about what you take for granted. Okay? I really think that'll help us, guys. And I want to be clear. I feel messed up too. I do. I feel messed up. But I'm fighting and I'm praying and I'm just trying to be as faithful as I know how. And I know you are too. And for all you moms and dads, I'm so sorry for what you're enduring right now. Parents haven't had to think like this in forever. But don't let kids see your fear. Don't let them see your anger. They don't need our drama. They don't. Right? Give them a good, safe place. Okay? So, all right. Now we're going to get after your questions. How are people doing? Yeah, are we happy? I feel like I've been very serious.
No, they like it.
Okay, good. So let's get after it. First question, is Marius allowed in the church? Now, sure, like he comes and he greets these guys. He loves everybody except male people, male postal employees. The other day, in fact, Dad and I were in the truck with Marius, true story, and that he was sound asleep in back, and then he came up to the front growling. I'm like, what the hey? And Dad and I can't even see. There was a UPS truck a quarter of a mile away. I don't know what this is. But anyway, can he come into the church when it's done? No. If it were up to me, yes. It's not up to me. Are the pews padded? Okay. So, boy, was this an interesting discussion. Yeah. Didn't you find? Yes. I've said at all these meetings where tons of discussion about padding. And I kept pointing out, if you've seen my backside, I got a lot of padding. I believe medical doctors call that natural padding.
Or fat.
Or junk in the trunk.
Patis
Patis
maximus.
maximus. So what did we decide? Basically, practical reasons, we ended up with a small percentage of padded seating. Okay? So when you come into this church, you're going to see my little tribute to Tiger Stadium. And for those of you old enough, you remember the obstructed row seating at Tiger Stadium. We have obstructed row seating. And we didn't need it. We just put it in because I love the Tigers.
Not true.
That's not true. Yeah, we saved, what was it, $800,000 by not using steel trusses.
Steel beams.
Steel, I always do that. Steel beams. And as a result, we did have to put pillars in. And I love the Tigers, so it made sense to me. Why am I talking about that? Because the set of, I can't believe I remember. The set of pillars that are at the front of the church, all the pews up will have padding, and all the ones back will not. Why? Because we hate people who don't sit in front. We want them punished. So that's one reason. The second reason is we couldn't afford it. And truly, it's kind of funny, okay? And this isn't a complaint. Holy cow, this is actually fun to me, and it shows how beautiful humans are and how crazy we all are in the good way. People who want padding don't believe that there's people who don't want padding, and people who Want padding? I don't know.
Yeah.
Neither group believes that the other group exists. And nobody was mean about it. I don't mean it like a bad thing. It's just really funny. And I think of that in my own life of how many things where I have a preference and I can't, like crunchy peanut butter. I know there's people who prefer creamy butter, peanut butter. I just don't know why they hate God that much. Are the pews,
Sorry.
no, that's me. I'm so stupid. Okay. Is there a maximum number allowed at funerals these days? Okay. We're in Michigan, right? The state of Michigan, where Jesus likes the most. The state mandate here is 25 people. Now, our assumption is that they're directing it at funeral homes. And we're not mandated to limit our attendance to 25. We're mandated to limit it to a percentage of seating, and that's what we do. We're following that rule. With that, come pray. Come pray.
I'm gonna make you leave.
I know. It just, it's one of those things. Yeah. Okay, where is Dad? Right over here. He's right to my right. He's smoking a doobie. Okay, I'm going to be honest, that's not true.
What would your mom think of that comment?
Mom would laugh at that.
Oh, she would.
Mom didn't find gas humor funny at all. I find it ridiculously funny. But Mom had a dark sense of humor.
I like that.
Yeah, like if I said to Ma, Dad sparked up a doobie, she'd laugh. She would think that's hysterical.
And these people think it's funny.
Do they? Are you laughing? Yeah, I gotta say, here, now I think I can say this. I'm gonna look at you while I say it in case this isn't something I'm supposed to say. What I did not know until like the last 10 years is not a small amount of senior citizens spark it up. Did you know this?
I think it's a new phenomenon.
Well, these are all ex-hippies.
Yes.
Right?
And they just found their...
And so I was surprised, like when you get an older person in the confessional and it's like, you smell like high school.
Seriously?
Oh, yeah.
See,
and then I get the quote, the glaucoma, because it's not glaucoma, it's the glaucoma. I got the glaucoma, Father. The cancer, and the arthritis. Those seem to be reasons that senior citizens are sparking it up and getting laced.
They think you're funny, and I look at
Thank
it
you.
like this. I'll let them laugh at anything as long as they pay to have you shave your beard.
Yeah, okay, so I want to be clear about something. Carrie has strong opinions on the shaving of the beard. Namely, she thinks I should. And Carrie's wrong, and it's not her fault. If she was not a lay person, she'd understand. Welcome, Julie Monahan. First time?
Yeah, first.
Hey, Julie, how are you? Oh, is New York here? I always usually check. New York in the house! How about Helene? I just love all you, Patricia. I could go on and on. You're just good people. Scotland! Sons of Scotland!
And your soldier girl.
My soldier girl's here. I thought she was going away. I'm so glad
she
you didn't.
Oh,
okay.
You know what? I'm pretty sure it was her. Yeah.
I could be wrong. I was wrong that one time. Are the workers behind the camera watching this? No.
No, one of them is.
Well, I already told them he was here. Rick's here, and he's got a gun and he's waving it around. I don't know what's going on. But no, his workers are eating some pizza pie. We got them some pie from Enzo's because these cats earned it. I'm serious. They're maniacs. This is not easy, right? Like they're bringing in the pews in chunks and they're assembling them and there's tape measures and calculations. And I can do math in my head, but no, I can't. Right? Do you remember that finance meeting we were at? We're totally sincere. I said, and I quote, something like this, right? I said, well, we could take 60% and put it toward A, and then we could take the other 20% and put it toward B. Yeah. Will your feisty personality, do I have a feisty personality? I always think I'm a sissy. Really?
No,
Although, do you know what's funny? Oh my gosh, I got a call. This is crazy. Okay, this is crazy. I got this call. I'm telling the truth. Right before the show.
Really?
Like about 11:05.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to tell you a story, and it's a true story. And it happened 2 years ago, okay? I was at Michigan Church Supply, which I love, right? If you're in Michigan and you need Catholic things, like their supply of medals is insane. Oh, yeah. There was 2 older women, and when I say older, like these guys were 900 years old each. And they were like clearly shook, really. And they were kind of huddled together and they were shaking and I'm like, oh my gosh. So I went over and I'm in my cassock. Now, normally I'm not going to approach people in civilian clothes because I'm a large, ugly man, right? And I just was worried. They start telling me this awful story, okay? This is true. Oh my gosh. I forgot about this. But a priest called me today and was like, holy cow, I talked to Father so-and-so, he hates you, right? Oh, and he does, okay?
There's another priest that hates you?
Oh, there's a bunch of priests that hate me. Oh my gosh. Oh, no, they're concerned.
Well, that's different.
Yeah.
They don't understand you.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So, true story, and maybe I overreacted. But when I got there and I said, are you gals okay? Oh my gosh, one starts crying and the other tells me, and she's shaking. So their pastor at a parish an hour away told them he wanted a new hand washing set, right? And for some reason, Father...
Is that a part of the mass?
Yeah, that's the bowl and the little how you doing and what's up and blah. Okay, called a Lobato set or Labado. I can't remember how to say it.
Okay.
Anyway, so they got him one, drove all the way back. No, that's not what I want. It needs to be this. They were on their 4th drive to get this person the right lavado. And I said, what parish? And they told me, and I said, excuse me. And I took my cell phone, I called the emergency line at the parish, because of course Father didn't answer. And I said to him, I said, my name is Father Joe Krupp, I'm a priest in the Diocese of Lansing, blah, 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 and you get your own damn lavado bowl. I said, I'm sitting here comforting 2 senior citizen women. Do you really, I went off. I was furious. And he hung up, and I went back to the ladies, I said, Father said to go home, he's gonna take care of it himself. And then I called the parish the next day to make sure he didn't send those women again. And the secretary answered, and she laughed. She told me, oh, don't worry, Father, he's not going to send them again. So I forgot all about this. This was like 2 years ago. At about 11:05 today. This is true. So I guess I am, is that feisty? I was furious. If I would have seen him, I might have punched. No, I wouldn't have. But I would have chewed his, So this priest calls, and he talked to the other priest and said, oh, I know Joe Krupp. Joe Krupp, blah, blah, blah. Whatever, Lucy. Can you imagine doing that to God's people? Oh, how deeply am I in trouble now?
Oh, no, you're
Is that feisty? Seriously, I don't know. I don't think of myself as feisty. I'm kind of a...
speechless right now. Huh?
Passionate.
It is. And I mean, those are, I don't mean to be funny. Those 2 women were Jesus' mom. And did you really think Jesus wants you shrieking at his mom? These gals were in their 80s, late 80s.
Oh my goodness.
He's going to hell. Does your dad think you are as funny as we do? If you don't think I'm funny, then yes. Yeah. Dad is a saint, and he's tired of my crap, but he'll never tell me that. And Dad can fire right back. Like when I say stupid things to Dad because I think I'm funny, he said, my favorite, Dad has a million of these, but ready? Like I'll be like, hey Dad, and I'll make some dumb joke, and he'll say, son, I promise to give that every ounce of attention it's due. Will there be a communion reel? Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Someday. Yeah, I mean, not right away. We can't afford it. But we got plans. We set the whole thing up ready for a communion rail. I'm a big fan. Big fan. How many does the new church eat?
Oh,
well, the church will not be eating people. Carrie might. She was arrested for cannibalism, 3 times now, John?
Don't say Carrie.
Oh, that's right. I won't say Carrie. What name don't we say?
Carrie.
Oh. Seat, right? I know, but I couldn't resist that, right? Okay, yes. Do we know it's like 900, isn't it?
Close to 1,000.
Close to 1,000, right? Which is nice. That's why we're going to trim one mass off the calendar, right? We're going to go 8, 10, noon. And we're not going to do the Sunday evening mass. Usually, I'll be honest, that's a hard mass to do. By Sunday, I'm just so freaking tired. Anyway, okay, 1,000 we think. Will there be a cry room for the squeakers? Well, we'll have an area set aside. So like if there's a child making a lot of noise and it's really bothering you, you can go to this room. See how I did it? Did anyone find that clever? Okay, we're in the gathering area right now, and see these doors behind me? There'll be glass, and there's all kinds of glass, so that people who want can come back here and hear the mass. I do tell parents, and I do get, all kidding aside, I know a couple of our moms have said, Father, thank you, but sometimes our kids are distracting, and we do want to take them somewhere. But I don't want to put them in a separate room. Right? So this way they're still a part of things. And truly, I do want to say, if you're in church and a baby is making an acceptable, normal amount of noise for a kid, and it's hard on you, you come back here. There's nothing wrong with that. But I do want to throw out a Bishop Morlino, what do you call it? Thing.
Quote.
Yes, Bishop Robert Morlino of blessed memory, who was one of my profs at seminary and just a lovely human being. He said, this is a true story, quote, cry rooms are the enemy of all that is civilized. Like he would take pictures of the cry room at their parish and put it in the bulletin. And it just was awful. What a riot. But so no cry room, but we will have an area where people can go if they wish, and there's speakers, and you're still in church. There's just a glass wall between you and God's people. What else? Okay. Complete your sorry, I'm not bright. How many we did that. I'm an older woman who has buried a father. Oh, my lady. Okay. I'm an older woman who has buried a father and husband. How do I get rid of this feeling and find joy again? Oh, my lady. I'm so sorry. That's my ride. Can they hear the siren?
Probably.
That's one of my favorite things. When we hear a siren, I say to people, oh, my ride's here. All right, so I hope that brought you a little joy. Okay. I stick with me. You don't want to get rid of the feeling, okay? If you ask me, and I know it's uncomfortable and it's miserable, and there's days where you're like, how do I even get out of bed? What I urge you to remember is why you feel that. And it's because you loved and you were loved. And, when I was a kid, I was just kind of starting to get to 7 or 8 when all my older siblings started going away to college. And to this day, and I talked about it with one of my other siblings who's close in age to me, on Sunday nights, I still get this thing in my stomach. And it took me forever to figure out what it was. It was a deep sadness. And what it was watching my brothers and sisters leave, right? That we went from 1 billion people in the house to mom, dad, and 2 or 3 of us. Because a lot of the people mom and dad took in were the same age, right? So I always felt this deep sadness on Sunday. And I remember going to my room and crying when the last sibling would leave. And it was an awful feeling for a kid, but it was a healthy one too, in retrospect, of course, because I love my siblings and my siblings loved me. We might not have liked each other, seriously, right? We were normal kids. We ripped each other to pieces if we were in the room for 20 minutes. But the thought of them leaving hurt. And it's, guys, I'm 50, and I still feel that a lot on Sundays. And I have to think of what it is. And remember, no, it's just habit. I felt that way for so long on Sunday that I didn't know how to not feel that way. Am I making any sense? Okay.
Perfect.
Okay. So when you feel that sorrow and it's almost crippling, I promise I have some sense of this. Remember why you have it. That you were loved by someone you loved, and it's gone. It's not gone forever. My siblings came back home, right? And we do believe you'll see them again. We do, right? One of the last lines you hear in a funeral ritual is, come Holy Spirit, give me a second. We will see so-and-so again when the love of Christ, which conquers all things, destroys death itself. That's our mourning. We know it's a temporary goodbye, but all goodbyes suck. And if they don't, well, then it won't hurt. But the reason they hurt is because you loved and were loved. So your pain, while it's painful and it's even crippling some days, man, you loved and you got loved back. And that's a pretty good thing. And so the pain, hear me out. I know this sounds cheesy. Make it your friend. It's a reminder. It won't go away, but you will learn to see it a little differently. I hope, I'm sorry. And I love you. But you stay in the fight, okay? Don't give up. Don't go insular, right? Don't be afraid to reach out. Wish I could make it go away. But that would really be a slap in the face, wouldn't it? Because the love is a reminder. The pain is a reminder of the love. And that's Shakespeare. Sorry, but it's better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all. Okay, this is why we love you, because I'm so pretty. Is it, can we do a beard flip? Okay, I'm gonna need you to get on that button a little quicker. We're gonna have to cut your pay. If you could see what she's doing, she's like juggling 3 computers, a camera, a microphone, and my dad and John and I. It would kill a mortal to be Carrie.
A lot of balls in the air.
Yeah,
If it weren't me, it would be somebody else.
yeah. Does your ride bring the white coat? Yes, and a wonderful Huggy jacket. A Huggy jacket. I can't stand Robin Williams, but that was his. That's something I stole
he's
from
dead.
him. Right, okay, shoot. Well, then he can't be offended. I just always thought he was overrated. Isn't that terrible? You did too? He basically had the same comedy routine. I saw him in the 70s and I saw him in the 2000s. I'm like, he just got older.
Well, look at the other side of it. Once he found success and everybody became dependent on him, he was probably afraid to move on.
That's true. Although one cool thing I heard, I don't know if you remember, I love saying this. When I interviewed Will Smith, he met Robin Williams, right? And he talked about how, I don't know if you know, like the movie Aladdin, the cartoon, not the newest one. Apparently there's a new one.
Yes.
But this was an old one where he played the genie, Robin Williams did.
My kid's age.
Okay.
Yep.
Now this is interesting. They wrote a totally different movie. But when they gave Robin Williams the script, and he said, they gave him the script, he put his little headphones on, and they start playing the movie, and he's got to read. And they said, by the time we got to the studio, which was just about 20 steps, the script was on the floor. And he just started going. And they changed how the genie looked. They changed everything, because they were like, that's amazing. And I do got to give him that. And again, I don't mean he was bad. I just think he was overrated. But that's genius. Like, that blows me away. That he was so good at that they literally delayed the movie for months while they redrew everything just to fit what he had in his brain.
Have you seen it?
Yes. Oh, and I loved it.
Yes.
Yeah. And I liked, what was the one, Mrs. Doubtfire?
Okay. I did.
I liked Good Will Hunting. Like in movies, I think he was phenomenal. Stand up, I saw him twice and I was like,
Okay. Fair
he was okay at stand up.
Yeah.
How about that Mork thing?
Yeah, I remember Mork and Mindy.
Ooh.
Yeah. All right. Is that it for the questions?
Well, it is.
Oh, it's time. I didn't see the time. Oh my gosh, you beautiful people. The more I yap, the longer these good guys have to wait to get into the fight. And they're the kind where they don't like breaks, I swear. I like these cats. Quality Wood Products.
Yes.
Ubley, Michigan.
Ubley, Michigan. Y'all need to check them out. I'm not kidding. They have gone beast mode for us. Okay, so couple things then to wrap up. First, don't forget the Save It or Shave It campaign. So the decision is going to be made by December, I think it's 11th?
Yes.
Does that sound right?
Yep.
Can we get a beard sound? What was I saying? Jim? Save It or Shave It campaign, and we'll decide by December 11th, and we're trying to raise money for our church. I will do what you say. So what you do is you go to www, or World Wide Web, .hfgb, that's Holy Family Grand Blank.org, and when you get there, click Donate button. And then when you get there, enter $27 billion, or whatever amount you wish, if you don't love God that much. That was funny.
Yes.
So get there, click Donate, enter the amount you want to give, push Give One Time, and then look for the fund and choose Save the Beard or Shave the Beard. And whichever one has more cheese, I obey, right? And we're going to, they're going to tell me the results. Look, I'm pulling it. And it actually is causing me physical pain. We're going to, what are we going to do? Decide. They're going to tell me on December 11th, and they're either going to tell me while holding a clippers.
We're going to have a master barber there.
We're going to have a master barber. So if he's here, I know I'm shaving it.
No.
He might braid it.
He may just make it look beautiful.
He can make it look lovely. Yeah, and if we do shave it, or if we do save it, he is going to trim it up so it doesn't look so wild, right?
But if you save it,
Save it,
we'll definitely shave it at next year's festival.
yeah, then we won't do another save it or shave it,
Nope.
right? We're just going to shave the bloody thing, because I assume at that point I'm going to actually have to file it as a dependent on my taxes.
At
Yeah.
next year's festival, we'll give you all kinds of beer and
Get me liquored up for Christ. So it's been a joy today. And don't forget to tune in next Wednesday, the Wednesday that's coming, when we will have Coach Mark D'Antonio from Michigan State football on here to talk about everything but football. Can we do a beard fling?
I was late. Sorry. I just know every time you say Mark D'Antonio, I'm gonna.
Okay, let's try again. Can we try a beard fling? So, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for participating. Please share these and like these and get the word out. And I can't wait to see you Wednesday. And don't forget our strategies, guys. We're going to be grateful people. We're going to be people who sacrifice. We're going to be people who walk away from the angry and the fearful. And we're going to take what we feel to the classroom of our minds, not judge it, but to simply educate it so that we act like we wish we felt. Okay? And I tell you with all my heart, I'm grateful for you. My dad's grateful for you. And we hope you have a safe, blessed, holy Thanksgiving and a great weekend. This is Christ the King. I like my homily. I don't have to do anything angry this week. Right? I did 2 angry homilies in a row and I hate it. So I can't wait till we talk about Christ the King. I love you guys. Let's say a prayer. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Jesus, thank you for this digital community of people who want to know you more. Thank you for all of those who strive to be holy. You see us, Lord, and you see our beautiful hearts, and you know how difficult it is in these days. So what we ask for now is grace. Grace to endure. Grace to be grateful, grace to sacrifice, grace to act like we wish we felt, grace to walk away from the perpetually angry and indignant. May we embrace the love, the joy, and the peace that comes from knowing that you who are love, love us. And we love you, and we trust you. Amen. And may Almighty God bless all of you, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Thank you for tuning in, and don't send senior citizens to get your Lovato bowls.